So from where we stop on the profits in this business, are we here?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. The profit in this business is very huge, especially on ticketing. Are we together?
Hello.
Hello, hello. Okay, can we proceed?
Yes, please go on.
Okay, profit on this business. Let me start from flight ticketing. From the app I'm using, I partner with Travel Start, Wakanow, and Kiwi. You know Kiwi? All
Yes.
those apps. Once you download them, as a beginner, you can download Wakanow, Kiwi, and the Travel Start. They used to have cheap flight tickets. From my local booking, sometimes I used to make like 10,000 naira on local ticketing. Like from Lagos to Abuja, sometimes I make 50,000 naira on local flights, because when they give you code, once you use that code, you might get profit of 20,000, 30,000 naira from local flights. Instead of booking it like 80,000, they might give it to you 51,000 naira or 55 sometimes. So those are the profits on local flights. On international flights, sometimes you earn in dollars there. Like British Airline. If you book on British Airline sometimes, you can make like 100,000 naira, you can make like 200,000, depend on the clients that you have. The location sometimes determine, because not all clients they have that time to be checking flights from one company to another. So like when you book a flight now and the airline gave it to you like let's say 700,000 naira from Lagos to London, then you can edit it and send it to your client. You can edit it and send it to your client like is 800,000 or 900,000 sometimes. So those are the profits on it. If you are connected with a right client, so you can make millions in a month sometimes. So depend on your location as well. If you are in a good location that there is a lot of airlines, there is a lot of travelers there, so you can make profits more than even 1 million in a month. So that is that on international flights. Then on visa package, especially on students, I've not talked about the requirements on student study visa. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Adiola, help mute yourself, please.
Okay. So I said on international flights, you can make like millions in a month. Then on visa, we make a lot of money in visa. Like our own company visa now, we do tourism and we do study package. On tourism, sometimes we charge 800,000 for UK visa. On tourist visa, we charge 800,000, sometimes 1.2 million. If the person does not have a good account, we build account for the person. On account alone, we charge 250, we charge 300. Whereas some banks, they did that account for us at the rate of like 200, 250. We have some banks that they help us. Then we have some agents that handle that as well. So we make a lot of profit in visa, especially on a study route as well. Maybe when some students wants to pay their money, we have to change their naira to dollar. So from there, some company handle it themselves. They have their own mallam that they change those dollar from them. So maybe they are changing dollar to like let's say 1,200. You can charge the student like 1,250. So 50 naira on like let's say $3,000 that we want to change. You see how we make your profit. So that is how we make our money there. So that is it on visa. Then the requirement for study route, I don't know, maybe I should list that one for you too.
Yes, yes, please go on.
Okay, the requirement for that one is your transcript, the student transcript, if the person is going for masters, academic transcript, then letter from the school that person is a student of that university. We call it recommendation letter from school. Then English proficiency letter that the student was taught in English language, English proficiency letter, transcript, recommendation letter from school that the student is a graduate of that school. Then the school certificate, maybe BSc holder in so your certificate. Those are the requirements that you need to submit to get admission. Then after admission, I said transcript, recommendation letter, English proficiency letter, then work recommendation letter too. It helps. So work recommendation letter, if you have it, you can join into those documents to get admission. Then after the admission, it is the duty of a traveling agent to tell the person that these are the requirements for the visa. The letter that the acceptance letter, I mean admission letter from the university with statement of account, with all the school transcripts, all those what do we call it, recommendation letter from work. You will add it to all your documents and upload it for visa approval. And that one is done by the traveling agents, by the company that handle the visa. So those are the things that you have to consider before applying for um study visa. Then study visa, their what do we call their tuition. It depends on the course that the student registered for. So some tuition they give scholar, and some courses they give scholarship. Some they don't give, some university give, some they don't give. And some university they look at the grade before they give scholarship on admission. So those are the things that you have to consider and let your clients know before applying for study visa. Like Canada now, Canada there are some criteria that Canada look into. You must have enough fund in your statement of accounts, like 18 to 20 million. I heard that they have increased that requirements now. Yes, because of your living costs there, they don't want anybody to be on the streets of Canada looking for accommodation. So the money in your account, you must add your accommodation fee to it. So they will check all those things before they give you visa. And getting to Canada airport, they will check your account. Sometimes they check account, they will ask you, why are you here? Are you for study? They will ask you those questions. The reason why you are in Canada, your courses. So all those things you need to have it. Make sure you know everything before you travel. Ask your traveling agent, the agent in charge. Ask them the documents. If they don't ask, if they did not request for all those documents I mentioned above, tell them that what did they use to get the admission for you, or the document they use to get visa, because some agents they did those documents on behalf of students, so and which may affect that student when they get to the Canada airport. So at the port entry, they will ask you all those things. So you need to know them off head. So by the time they ask you this, then you'll be able to answer them correctly. So that is that on Canada. So do you have any questions, please, because of our time?
Okay, yes, I can see a hand already, but
Mm.
please, participants, you can also type your questions. I will read them out. Mr. Israel. Mr. Israel have a question. Can you unmute yourself and ask, please?
Hello, good evening, everybody.
Good
I
evening.
yes, I just joined the link. My network has been fluctuating ever since. Okay. The what I had the last time I checked, I listened to you regarding study processing study visa, seeking admission and all that.
Okay, sir.
I the first process, because at least I've done so many studies, Canada, US, and I have
Okay.
two applicants which I'm working on now regarding the proof of fund. That's to know your financial credibility, you
Yes, sir.
know, as a student or before you apply. They've changed it before. What we normally do, we do 15, 20 million, but now the minimum is 26 million naira, depending on the program, whether it's undergraduate or postgraduate or graduate program. So recently, there is a client that one of my, here agent, travel agent friends,
Okay.
package 15 million for. They this and meanwhile they have resumed. The school have resumed before he got there, the week after. So they
Okay.
send him back. They send the boy back.
Okay.
They wanted to consider him on the financial credibility. They wanted to consider him. Well, when they found out that the POF is not up to the new policy,
Yeah.
you know, they send him back. I
Mm.
think the importance of having good financial backup as a student,
Mm.
give you edge above others.
Yes.
So, like, there's two new candidates that they just gave me now. One is
Okay.
for South University in Boston, as in New York. I told the parent. The parents said no. They have a very good, robust statement of account. Since they are the sponsor, I asked him, how much you guys have in the account? They said they have a 15 million naira. I said, 15 million naira cannot do, because his program is 4 years program, undergraduate.
Okay.
They will, even if you get the admission, because the first
Mm.
process of study, you process admission. After the offer letter, you pay some commitment. And even
Yeah.
some school will tell you that, oh, if you get there, come and pay. Even if they tell you, make sure at least you pay part of the tuition here. Let them see that you have paid part of the tuition, and that's after your offer letter. It is after the admission offer, then you cannot proceed for your study. You have your POF, you have all other documents, your police reports, your medical reports at panel of physician and all that. With
Mm.
your so now regarding the new policy, they
Okay.
are very strict about it now.
Mm.
They are very strict about it. Like me, we package POF, for applicants through our partners banks. So we do it on your existing account. It's just like a block fund. You will see the money there, but you cannot withdraw it. And if the
Yes.
school check it from the headquarter of the bank, whether UBA or whether FS, they will see the money there. So until you regularize your admission and registration when you get there, that is when we now remove our money, then we leave your own balance there. So thank you. That's my own contribution.
All right. For that, I would advise all traveling agents now to consider that new policy. Hello. Help me tell that person to mute. Okay.
Yes, I've done that.
Okay. So what I want to advise us now as an agent is that before we proceed on visa, check the student account very well. Then you have to, how you do the POF is like this. You calculate the student tuition fee, the acceptance. So you calculate the living cost of that student for the year. You calculate it, the tuition fee, you calculate it. Then the flight ticketing, the flight reservation money, I don't know how to put that. The money for flights, calculate it together. So all those money, when you calculate it, the amount should, what they want in Canada now is like from 22,000 Canadian dollars, which is up to like 25, 26. So if you had your living cost with it, just make sure that you keep that 26 million to 28 million in your account. Go and do it from let the bank handle it for you, POF. Make sure that one is there before you say you want to proceed for visa. Then for New York and USA is the same thing is applied to USA. They will write it inside the admission letter that these are the fees that the person needs to have. You will calculate a whole session money, the living cost, the accommodation money with your flight ticket money. So those money, when you add them together in Naira, that is the money they expect in your account. Even before you get to their, after when you get to their port entry there, because they will check it. Some check it, some might not check it, but I would advise you to let it be there. So when you now enter, then the bank can remove the money. So that is my advice on that. So is there any other questions concerning
Thank you very
study
much.
Please,
results?
I have a question. Good evening, everyone.
Okay,
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Introduce yourself before
Okay.
you ask your question.
I should do what?
Introduce yourself before you ask.
Okay, my name is Adiola Betty.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would like to ask.
Okay, I'm
Are you with
listening.
me, please? Okay,
Yes,
so I would
ma'am.
like to ask. I noticed that you were mentioning you talked about Canada right now, which is very fine. But
Okay.
I know I want to ask that the importance of tuition deposits. You understand? Because these days it is advisable, like I advise clients, that it's advisable that you pay a tuition deposit, even if you can't pay full tuition, that you pay half to the school. Because I want you to kind of stress or talk more on the tuition deposits.
Okay,
to
that
school.
tuition deposit, yeah. Okay, go ahead. Is that all?
Yeah.
Hello?
I think
Yes, that's all for now.
Okay.
Can I answer questions?
Okay, answer. Yeah, go ahead, sir. Hello?
Mr. Israel, go ahead.
Does he mute again? I don't understand. He mutes himself.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Okay, good. The importance of paying tuition deposit or commitment, even though some university will tell you to pay when you get there, it validates and it authenticates your.
You're traveling.
Like he's having network problems.
Yeah. I think, hello?
Okay. Yes, ma, you can
Hello?
continue. Oh, okay.
Okay,
It's back.
I think he's back.
Hello?
Yes,
Hello,
we are
yeah,
with you. We are with you.
Okay, yeah. Quick one. The importance of making tuition deposits to any institution is that one, it validates and authenticates the preparedness of that student. Because even though there are some students that they will tell you, like in those days when I used to do for University of Manitoba in Winnipeg, most of my clients, most of them pay when they get there. But now they don't do that again. At least you pay 50%. Like Brampton or Seneca or Conestoga. The Conestoga used to take $2,000, but now they say you must pay 50% of their tuition. So once you have paid the tuition, once you get to port of entry, perhaps you want to have any issue. From the port of entry, I've seen a situation whereby they confirm my client tuition deposit. At the port of entry, they call the school. They call the finance to confirm if these students have actually paid and they got it right. That was what saved that client. So had it be that she has not, when I was telling them to pay, when they said no, they pay over there. Now they would have sent that girl back. Yeah. So it was that tuition deposit that saved her. Mm. So yes, that is the importance. Because if you get it, even at the port of entry, if you are not paying tuition fee and you are coming with the admission offer, they will think that maybe that has been the common thing that people have been doing, especially from the Black nation. They will get admission. Once they get to once they enter Canada, they throw admission away. Okay. And they'll be doing other things. So once you have committed the school, now you know how much you have paid. You will not forfeit that thousands of dollars. So definitely it validates and authenticates your preparedness to be the student of that school. But if you don't pay $1, they may I've seen a situation whereby they stop a guy. I'm not the one that did the visa. It was one of my friends. He didn't pay $1. I said he's going to pay over there. As the school is in Quebec. I told him, I said, okay, why can't you just pay, even if it is $2,500? I said, no. They send him back. They send him back. And the school made it clear that paying tuition fee, they put it there, they said recommended. Once you see recommended, that recommended is not optional again. You may or you may not. So that's it. That's the benefit to me.
Okay, yes, now you get it right, sir. Yes, that is the benefit, to authenticate your admission to that school. So that is the benefit of it. Then I will advise our traveling agent that they should always read their condition behind the tuition fees, because there are some schools that their deposit is non-refundable. So make sure you read all the condition behind it before you proceed to make payments. You understand? So that you will not go and enter debt or unexpected debt. So that is that on Canada study route. Any other questions, ma? Sir?
Thank you very much. Any other question?
Can we hear?
Is it good for an agent to go direct to the website of airlines and buy ticket, or you go to? That's a question from a student. Let me take it again. Is it good for an agent to go direct to the website of airlines and buy ticket, or you go to the airline offices?
For that, I will advise us to go to airlines, because if you go to airlines direct, you get more profit. Then if there's any problem, okay, are you talking about traveling agents go to airlines?
Yes, we're talking about travel agents. Travel agents that have clients that wants to get tickets. So they are asking, is it good as a travel agent to just go direct to the website and run it, or you go to their office?
It's good to go to that. It's good to you can book online and make payments in their office as an agent, traveling agent. But once you partner with them and they have known you, I will advise you to partner with airline, with agents, with airlines direct. Partner with them. So when you make payments, there won't be anything. When you make payments through websites, there won't be any problem for you. So far they've known you. and you have note their you know their details, their account details, because sometimes you make payments online that you go to all these internet fraudsters. So I will advise you to go to their office first, partner with them. They will know you. You can get their, what do we call it? Their official line, as in customer care. Okay. Sometimes when I book for students, I will book online through their website. Then and
Network issues again. Hello, can we hear her?